that. So when I came back to Lakeland, I had found out that my cousin Rick, like they were doing little thing, like they were doing their thing, you see what I'm saying? But we already had been there, knew what was going on, cause we used to be going back and forth to Miami every summer. We used to be going down there hanging on. Homeboys and shit, they was already doing fraud. So we had found out about the fraud. One day chick had done left a written check in the car. I guess it ain't work or whatever. And that's how we learned how to write checks. When we learned how to write checks, it was over. But before, when I was 13, I always used to just be the lookout. Like, them niggas used to ride around and steal and get books and shit. And I just be the lookout the whole time. You feel me? Like, I'm the lookout while they doing this shit. So, I always used to tell nigga put me on. But I ain't never know how to go get the money. But them niggas used to be coming back. Around that time, they used to have MySpace. I used to always see these niggas on MySpace flexing 10 bands, 20 bands and shit. We young as fuck. These niggas ain't nothing but like 16, 17, 18. They flexing hard though on MySpace and shit. They'll come to me, give me $200 and shit. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, bro, when I come up on y'all niggas over, see, I was smart. I used to take my $200 and go buy me ounces of weed. I used to get ounces of weed for $25, $50 and shit. So I started buying ounces of weed. Then I had another nigga used to sell me pounds of weed for the $300. So I started selling weed and shit when I was in school. Shit, I got in high school, 9th grade. It was a nigga down the street from my house named Shad. That nigga used to sell corn. He used to sell the corn. And one day, some shit had done happened with Shad, where Shad ended up rushing his crib. Boom, they got him up out that bitch. I seen when Nine took him out the crib. I had him ran down that bitch. When I ran down the crib, that nigga crib was wide ass up, and I closed the nigga door, opened up the window. I ran back to the house. I had got my cousin. I'm like, bruh, they just took Shad to jail, boy. That nigga house wide open right now. So my cousin, he come back down that bitch with me, man. That nigga in Shad crib. Man, we done took all that nigga throwback jerseys. I done found a little bit of money in the cereal box. I done found a little bit of corn in that bitch. I done found me some corn in that bitch. And then shit, my cousin had done found like a change off full of money and shit. So we run back to the crib and shit. We got all that shit. I get my auntie some corn. We got corn and shit. Cause my auntie had already found out I was smoking weed when I came back from Sarasota. She found out like, damn, that nigga smoke more weed than me. I'm like, yeah, I'm smoking weed every day of my life since I was 13 years old. So, but these niggas, they still doing their thing now. They still doing their little fraud shit, all this. Around that time, about 14 now. They still doing their fraud and shit. Boom, so they still weren't trying to put a nigga on. They just had me watching out. But I knew how to get a book. We watching out and shit. So shit was getting hot for them niggas cause they came to Polk County with that shit and made that bitch hot as fuck. You see what I'm saying? Like shit, they was just hot everywhere. So I'm like, damn, okay, fuck that shit. So time fly on now. I get about 15, 16, I fall puppy love and shit. I fall puppy love with this shit. But see, I used to be selling so much weed. I used to be just saving up my money to buy fat farms too. I remember I used to wear a lot of fat farm, dog. But we was still poor growing up. You feel me? Like, I was like, damn, I gotta get up out this shit cause we really still poor. You see what I'm saying? A nigga wearing Jabot jeans, white tees, and any kind of shoe, but only really had like 5 pair of pants. Always used to get black and white Reeboks every year. Like every December, my mama gonna take us to buy us something for school. Cause she gonna buy you shit when school started, she gonna buy you other shit in December. And I always get 1 pair of black Reebok, 1 pair of white Reebok when school started. Then in December, get the shit again. You see what I'm saying? But that was a nigga dress code. Reebok, Jabot, white tees and shit. And the nigga going around stealing shit. So in school, I used to just be stealing shit from people. So when I